130 recycling workers walking the picket line in the East Bay will tell you how this protest is affecting service this morning.
Right now, Oakland is considering a proposal that would increase garbage rates by 50% or more. And if approved, trash rates would be the second highest in the East Bay behind Piedmont. And $30 million a year of that money would go into city coffers. Oakland residents who we talked with today say that makes them think this new garbage deal stinks.
I feel like I'm already paying enough, and on top of it, when I have extra, they want to charge me, and now they want to double my bill?
There is also some controversy over Waste Management getting the contract. California Waste Solutions tells KTVU it wanted to build a new recycling center, which would have created 200 jobs. But the city changed its plans mid-process, even though the Waste Solutions plan would be less expensive.
Waste Management is fighting the city of Oakland's decision to award a new garbage contract to a local company. The San Francisco Chronicle reports Waste Management wants to collect 21,000 signatures for a ballot measure challenging the awarding of that contract. If the company can get enough signatures by the September 28th deadline, the measure would be on the ballot, but not until 2016, unless the city holds a special election. Now, Waste Management has also filed a lawsuit over the city's decision to award a $1 billion contract to Oakland-based California Waste Solutions.
Meeting on this issue tonight.
Families throughout the East Bay have trained themselves to do their part, separating food waste and putting it in a separate kitchen bucket for eventual composting. But now some worry all that effort may be going to waste.
We make this effort to separate everything, and think we're doing the right thing, and we're the consumer, and maybe it's not being separated on the other end.
So this shows the residential curbside green waste collection.
An Orinda resident, Monica White, is with the California Compost Coalition, which examined recent data posted by the Central Contra Costa Solid Waste Authority. The authority contracts with Arizona-based Republic Services for its green waste services.
After reviewing public data, the California Compost Coalition has found that the vast majority of yard waste collected in La Miranda, Walnut Creek, and Danville is actually not being composted but being sent to landfill.
According to the Waste Authority's own report to the state for 2011, of the 40,392 tons of green waste collected, 0 was sent for composting. The contract requires 75% be composted. The coalition even provided us with this photo, which they say shows a truck that had collected green and food waste in Walnut Creek, dumping it unprocessed directly into the landfill.
Their allegation is it's food waste and green waste. I didn't see the truck dump, so I can't say that.
Paul Morrison is the executive director of the Central Contra Costa Solid Waste Authority. He produced his own internal document that shows 75% of the authority's green waste regularly goes to 3 different composting facilities.
Each year, when we set garbage rates, we investigate where all of the material goes, and our reports indicate that they are going to the correct place in accordance with the contract.
The Solid Waste Authority is expected to award its next half
picked up. Workers at Waste Management went on a 5-hour strike this morning. Sky 7 HD was over the picket line near the entrance to the Oakland facility. ABC 7 News reporter Katie Marzullo is there live. Katie, what's the situation now?
Kristen, to look at things here now, you wouldn't know anything had happened this morning. It was around 3 a.m. that hundreds of workers, not only here in Oakland, but also in San Leandro, Hayward, and Livermore, formed picket lines. Now, the strike ended at 8 a.m., but the effects of it could be felt all day. Most people in Oakland were probably sound asleep when hundreds of Waste Management employees put on their yellow vests and refused to go to work.
And it sent a pretty strong message that this company is not going to be above the law. People are going to call them when there's this kind of problem going on.
For example, the International Shore and Warehouse Union spokesman says Waste Management is using E-Verify illegally and picking on immigrant workers. Waste Management says the claim is unfounded.
The company wasn't supposed to use it without consulting with workers. They violated that rule, and they also used it improperly. That resulted in some workers losing their jobs, and it's also been used as a tactic by the company to try and threaten and intimidate workers.
When we instituted E-Verify and identified some employees who did not have the proper requirements to be employed, They were given time to go and correct it, provide its documentations, and they had about 6 to 8 months to do that, and they did not do it.
David Tucker says 3 employees were fired. The truck drivers were not on strike this morning, but joined in solidarity. That's where customers will feel the impact as the trucks rolled out hours late.
Drivers for residential will hit the streets around 6 o'clock. And so we're probably delayed by about a couple of hours, but we'll be on the road until about 6 o'clock tonight.
So if you live in Alameda County and your trash isn't picked up by 6 o'clock tonight, Waste Management says leave your cans out on the curb and they'll be picked up tomorrow. Live in Oakland, Katie Marzullo, ABC 7 News.
Katie, thank you.